Let's be honest. Most men miss the signals women give, not because they're subtle, but because society trained you to ignore them. You've been told that women are complicated, that you have to guess what she wants, and that your feelings don't matter. But what if I told you the truth is far simpler? A woman who genuinely likes you will show it every single time. It won't always be in words. It won't always be in the way you think. It will be in the little moments that most men overlook because they're too busy trying to impress, trying to be cool, or too scared to notice. You see, attraction isn't about grand gestures or clever lines. It's about subtle energy, unspoken connections, and patterns that repeat, almost like a secret language. A woman who likes you doesn't just want your attention. She wants your presence. She wants to feel safe enough to let you in, to show glimpses of the real her, even if it's just for a moment. And here's the catch. Most men only notice what they expect to see. Flirty texts, obvious compliments, or overt physical gestures. They miss the quiet signals hiding in plain sight. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine a woman laughing at your joke, not just politely, but with genuine warmth, her eyes lighting up in a way that makes you feel like you're the only man in the room. Or notice the way she remembers small details about your life, your favorite drink, the song you couldn't stop humming last week, the subtle stress you didn't think she noticed. That memory is not accidental. That attention is not casual. That is a clear signal. Yet many men dismiss it because it isn't dramatic enough to count. And then there's the tension, that almost magnetic pull you feel when she's around. It's not always sexual. Sometimes it's in the way she subtly mirrors your gestures, leans closer when you speak, or tilts her head in curiosity. It's instinctual, primal, and it's her mind telling you, without words, that you matter. Men often confuse this with friendliness, but let me tell you, there's a sharp difference between a friend who is polite and a woman who is drawn to you. The energy, the slight unease in your chest, that spark, that's real, and it's a signal you cannot fake. Here's another truth most men fail to see. A woman who likes you will test you, not in a cruel way, but to gauge your emotional intelligence, your confidence, and your boundaries. She wants to see if you can handle her, if you can meet her energy without crumbling or overreaching. These tests are subtle, a playful challenge, a slight teasing comment, or even a contradiction in her words. It's not manipulation, it's instinct, and recognizing it is the first step to decoding attraction. By the end of this video, you're going to see these signs everywhere, in every interaction you have, and you'll realize something almost frightening. Most men spend years missing them, but once you understand, once you truly see, your dating life, your confidence, and your understanding of women will shift forever. Now, before we go deeper, think about this. Have you ever caught yourself dismissing a small gesture from a woman only to later regret it? That hesitation, that missed opportunity, it's about to become a thing of the past. Keep your mind open because the signs are not hidden. They've always been right in front of you. Noticing a woman's signals isn't about reading books or memorizing tricks. It's about observing her energy, her consistency, and the way she prioritizes you without even realizing it. One of the most powerful signs that a woman likes you is attention. Not just any attention, the kind that feels effortless, natural, and persistent. She remembers things you said in passing. She notices the smallest changes in your mood, and she often reaches out when she has no reason to other than to connect. That isn't coincidence. That isn't friendliness. That is her mind and heart focusing on you, silently saying, "You matter." Now let me warn you, many men misinterpret this. They think that someone who listens or remembers details is just nice. But attraction runs deeper than niceness. A woman who is drawn to you will make a point to invest her attention where it counts. She will make time for you, even when her schedule is busy, and she will notice patterns in your behavior that even you don't. Pay attention to these little breadcrumbs. The way she texts first, the way she initiates conversation about seemingly insignificant things, the way she laughs at your jokes even when no one else does. That is emotional alignment, and it's a strong, undeniable signal of interest. Another thing men often overlook is subtle physical proximity. This doesn't mean over-the-top flirting or touch. It's in the lean of her body toward you, the slight turn of her foot when she stands near you, the way her eyes linger on yours longer than normal. This is instinctual. Women are wired to communicate attraction through micro-movements before words ever come into play. You might catch a flash of a smile when your gaze meets hers, or a playful brush of hair from her face when she senses your attention. These micro-signals are almost imperceptible to untrained eyes, but they are incredibly revealing. Then there's emotional mirroring. Watch closely. Does she reflect your moods or energy? When you are excited, is she excited? When you are contemplative, does she slow down to match your pace? Women unconsciously mirror the men they are drawn to, syncing their energy to yours like a silent rhythm only you two share. This is her way of saying, without words, that she is aligned with you, comfortable in your presence, and deeply interested in your inner world. And here's something most men never consider. She tests your boundaries subtly. This isn't about manipulation or cruelty, it's about curiosity. She wants to know how you respond under pressure, how confident you are, and whether you can hold your ground without losing composure. Maybe she teases you in conversation, challenges your opinions, or even contradicts you playfully. These aren't signs of disinterest. They are signs that she is assessing compatibility, seeing if your energy resonates with hers. Recognize these moments. They are pure insight into her attraction. By now, the pattern is clear. Women don't hide their feelings as much as men fail to recognize them. The gestures, the energy, the attention, the subtle tests, all of it is right there. You just need the eyes to see, the mind to understand, and the patience to observe. Once you do, everything changes. You stop guessing, stop overthinking, and start seeing the truth in every interaction. Think for a moment. Have you ever dismissed a woman's consistent attention only to regret it later? That memory, that missed opportunity, is proof that your awareness is about to become your superpower. One of the biggest mistakes men make is confusing casual friendliness with genuine attraction. The truth is, a woman who likes you doesn't just engage with you. She invests in you emotionally, and that investment shows in ways most men overlook. It's not always loud or obvious. In fact, the most powerful signals are quiet, almost imperceptible, but consistent. She seeks out your opinion, values your thoughts, and wants to know what you really think. Not because she's being polite, but because your perspective matters to her. That is intimacy before intimacy even happens. Notice how she behaves when you're vulnerable. Most men don't realize that attraction is deeply tied to emotional safety. A woman who likes you will respond to your emotional cues, not dismiss them. When you share a small frustration, she listens with intent. When you express excitement, she celebrates it genuinely. She mirrors your highs and lows, not to manipulate, but because she is drawn to your inner world and wants to connect on a deeper level. Pay attention to the subtleties, a softening of her voice, a tilt of her head, a lingering gaze. That is her attraction showing up in ways you cannot fake. And then there's playfulness, a sign men often misinterpret. Teasing, joking, light sarcasm, and playful challenges are her way of testing chemistry and seeing if your energy matches hers. It's not about putting you down or being difficult. It's about seeing if you can hold your own, if you can respond without losing your confidence, and if you can enjoy the subtle push and pull that comes with real attraction. When a woman plays with you like this, she is revealing her interest, her comfort with you, and her desire to engage with your mind as much as your presence. Observe how she prioritizes her time. A woman who likes you doesn't have to prove her feelings through grand gestures, but she makes room for you consistently. She reaches out when she doesn't have to, checks in when it's not convenient, and finds small ways to stay connected. Time is a limited resource, and the way she chooses to spend it is an unspoken signal of her priorities. If she consistently carves out moments to engage with you, even subtly, she is sending a message that you are worth her attention. Then there's subtle concern for your well-being. She notices if you're tired, stressed, or upset. She remembers things you've mentioned in passing, a meeting, a deadline, or even a personal struggle, and follows up later. That is not casual attention. That is care disguised as thoughtfulness. Most men brush this off as politeness, but it's a core indicator of interest. Women who are attracted invest emotionally, and that investment shows in actions far more than words. Finally, notice her consistency. The signs of attraction are rarely one-off events. They are patterns. She laughs with you, teases you, checks in on you, mirrors your energy, and invests emotionally, repeatedly, not just occasionally. This repetition is the proof. A fleeting smile or a single compliment means little, but repeated, consistent signals, that is genuine interest speaking louder than words ever could. Think about it. Have you ever dismissed repeated small gestures from a woman only to wonder later if she liked you? That hesitation, that doubt, it's about to disappear once you start seeing the pattern clearly. Attraction isn't just about what a woman says. Words are easy to manipulate, easy to hide, easy to misinterpret. The truth lies in her body language, her energy, and the small, unconscious ways she reacts to your presence. A woman who likes you will reveal it physically, often without realizing it herself. And most men completely miss these signs because they're too focused on what's obvious, the flirting, the compliments, the attention-seeking behaviors. But real attraction whispers quietly. It doesn't shout. Start with her eyes. Watch closely. A woman who is drawn to you will maintain prolonged eye contact, sometimes slightly shy, sometimes confident, but always intentional. Her pupils may dilate, her gaze may linger, and you'll feel it. That subtle pull that's almost magnetic. Notice too how she watches you when she thinks you aren't looking. Her attention will naturally gravitate toward you in a room full of people. This isn't curiosity, this is interest revealing itself before words are even spoken. Then there's the physical proximity and mirroring. She subconsciously mirrors your gestures, posture, and even tone of voice. Lean forward, she leans forward. Cross your arms, she mimics. It's instinctual, a silent reflection of comfort and attraction. And when she positions herself near you, just slightly closer than necessary, it's not coincidence. This micro-proximity is one of the most overlooked yet powerful signals a woman can give. It's her way of saying, I want to be here, with you. Her hands, gestures, and movements tell a story too. A woman who likes you will often touch herself subtly, adjusting her hair, playing with jewelry, or lightly brushing against her face when she's around you. These are signs of nervous energy, excitement, and subconscious attraction. She may also find excuses for light, casual touch, a tap on your arm, a playful push, or brushing past you in a crowded space. Men often mistake this for friendliness, but it's a physical connection rooted in interest. Then, notice her voice and tone. Women change the pitch, speed, and softness of their voice around someone they like. She may laugh a little higher, speak softer, or linger longer on certain words. Her voice becomes a tool of subtle seduction, unconsciously designed to draw you in. This isn't just charm, it's instinct, biology, and psychology at work all at once. Finally, observe the tiny repeated behaviors, the touches, the smiles, the glances, the way she angles her body toward you. These are the real indicators of attraction. Words can lie, but the body rarely does. If she shows multiple signs consistently, with energy, attention, and physical subtlety, that's undeniable proof she is interested. Think about the last time you missed a woman's subtle physical signals. Maybe she leaned closer, laughed differently, or glanced at you repeatedly, and you didn't notice. That missed opportunity, that overlooked spark, is about to vanish. Once you start seeing these physical cues clearly, everything about attraction and dating changes. Now consider this. Have you ever misread a woman's friendly gestures, wishing they meant more? Start paying attention because her body is speaking, and it's louder than words. The most powerful signs a woman likes you aren't always physical. They are emotional and psychological, hidden in the way she interacts with your mind and heart. Women instinctively test a man's character, confidence, and emotional intelligence. These tests aren't cruel or manipulative, they are instinctual, a way for her to see if you are someone she can trust, someone she can be vulnerable with, and someone who can handle her energy without faltering. Most men interpret these as challenges or drama, but in reality they are golden signals of attraction. Start with her curiosity about your life. She asks questions not out of politeness, but because she genuinely wants to understand your experiences, your values, and your mindset. She'll probe gently into your goals, your fears, or even your past relationships. This isn't interrogation, this is interest manifesting psychologically. She's assessing compatibility, gauging whether your energy aligns with hers, and testing your ability to communicate authentically. If she remembers the details later, references them in conversation, or subtly follows up, that's a clear sign she's emotionally invested. Then notice her playful challenges. She might tease you, question your opinions, or challenge your confidence. To the untrained eye, this can feel irritating or like she's testing your patience. But this is her attraction showing itself. She's gauging your emotional stability, how secure you are in your presence, and whether you can handle subtle tension without losing composure. The stronger and calmer your response, the more she subconsciously respects and likes you. Another sign is personal disclosures. When a woman likes you, she opens up, carefully but intentionally. She shares small vulnerabilities, fears, or moments of insecurity, not because she expects you to fix them, but because she trusts you enough to let you in. This is huge. Emotional openness is rare, and the fact that she shares even tiny glimpses of her inner world is one of the clearest indicators that she is attracted to you. She's letting you see what most people never will. Watch how she reacts to your boundaries. A woman who likes you will test your limits, but she won't push you to anger or discomfort. Instead, she'll challenge your confidence, tease your ego lightly, or question your decisions, giving you the opportunity to show strength, patience, and self-respect. How you respond speaks volumes to her subconscious mind. She is assessing your ability to lead, protect, and support, not in a physical sense, but emotionally and psychologically. Finally, notice her consistent engagement over time. The patterns reveal everything. She reaches out, checks in, mirrors your energy, laughs at your jokes, plays with your mind, and invests in you emotionally, repeatedly, without any obvious gain for herself. Attraction isn't sporadic, it is persistent. The more consistent these emotional signals are, the more obvious her interest becomes. Think about it. Have you ever misread emotional attention as mere friendship? That hesitation, that missed chance, has likely cost you opportunities in the past. But once you understand these subtle psychological cues, you start seeing the signals clearly, and everything about your interactions with women changes. If you've made it this far, you're ready to see the truth that most men never notice. The 5 signs a woman likes you aren't hidden. They're not complicated. They're right in front of you, in her attention, her energy, her body language, her playfulness, and her emotional investment. Once you start seeing them, you'll realize how many opportunities you've missed simply because you weren't looking with the right eyes. Start by observing attention and focus. Does she consistently notice you, remember details, and check in without prompting? That attention is a clear signal of interest. Then, notice physical cues. The subtle touches, the glances, the mirroring, the lean toward you. These micro signals are instinctual and almost impossible to fake. Next, watch her playfulness and teasing. When she challenges you lightly or engages in fun back and forth, she's gauging your energy and your confidence and letting you know she's drawn to you. Then, observe emotional investment. Does she ask questions, show curiosity about your inner world, or reveal her vulnerabilities? These are the golden markers of attraction because she is letting you see parts of herself that others rarely access. Finally, notice consistency over time. A woman who likes you doesn't just show interest once or twice. She repeatedly engages with you emotionally, physically, and mentally. Patterns don't lie. If you see repeated signals, it's not a coincidence. Here's the crucial part most men overlook. Seeing these signs isn't enough. You need to trust your observations and act accordingly. Confidence is magnetic. Awareness is power. When you notice her energy aligning with yours, her attention lingering, her playful challenges, and her emotional openness, respond with authenticity. Mirror her energy, match her interest, and don't overthink. This is where most men fail. They hesitate, doubt themselves, or ignore the signs entirely. Don't be that man. Think about it like this. Attraction is a conversation happening without words. Her body, mind, and heart are speaking, and your awareness is your translator. The more clearly you see the patterns, the more control you have over the dynamic. You're no longer guessing, overanalyzing, or hoping she likes you. You're seeing the truth, and that truth is powerful. Now here's something I want you to do. Think about the last woman you were interested in. Add up the 5 signs we've discussed: attention, physical cues, playfulness, emotional investment, and consistency. How many did she show? Drop the number in the comments, and don't just scroll past. Reflect honestly, because your awareness grows every time you pause and analyze these moments. If this